Hi, I'm Josh with the Recklessly Skeptical Podcast.
I'm Matt, also with the Recklessly Skeptical Podcast, and today we have a special guest, Diane.
The lovely and brilliant Diane.
Hello.
So today we want to talk about the question, can Bernie Sanders win? And if so, what is Bernie Sanders' path for winning? We're not going to get too much into the nitty-gritty details of that, but we want to talk about in general. So in my opinion, I don't think that it's as clear as what the media is portraying it to be. Essentially, since Tuesday, the media has been portraying that, Hillary Clinton's essentially won this. You guys can all just pack your bags up, go home. There's no reason to vote for Bernie. The Bernie revolution is being crushed. So that's where we stand at, and I don't think that that's the case, and we'll explain why.
I think it's a lie because I'm feeling the burn.
I feel the burn, but
You don't need to go.
I don't need to do that.
So, what do you guys think about the media coverage?
It's bullshit. Like you said, they're ignoring Bernie like they were previously, and anytime I've tried to look at the delegate count, they only show the super delegates with the pledge delegates. They don't show just the pledge delegates.
Yeah, and with Hillary being in the pocket of CNN, how deep I don't know. It's hard to really believe wholeheartedly the information that comes from them.
So I want to step back for a minute and kind of cover a couple of things there. The media has ties to the Clinton campaign because the Clinton campaign runs ads, so the media is going to want to keep on doing things that are favorable to the people who are giving money to those networks. And those networks have deep ties to old politics. New politics, Bernie Sanders per se, is really tied into social networking and the internet type of spending money. If you go online, you'll see Bernie ads all over the place. If you go to CNN, you will not see a Bernie ad.
And that's one thing I think we need to really point out is without the internet, this race would already be over.
Yeah, Bernie who?
Yeah.
But what's great about this is this also means that if you don't pay attention to the media, what the media is saying is not true. If you look at Super Tuesday, Bernie outperformed what he was supposed to do. This could have possibly been a clean sweep for Hillary. If she had held him to just Vermont, where he was definitely going to win, then it would have been over. We're nowhere near that. And we'll talk about why. So why don't we learn about the difference between superdelegates and delegates?
So superdelegates are picked by the DNC, and they can pick whoever they want. They can vote for whoever they want. They don't have to go with the popular vote. Now, history says that they've always gone with the popular vote. Right now, most of them are pledged to Hillary, but as long as Bernie wins the popular vote, they should all switch over.
Yeah, they're with Hillary currently based on the assumption that she will be the popular vote because she's been the projected winner by the media, which has been really fucking ignorant, really.
Yeah, for the last 10 months or so. Also, if you're a superdelegate and you are in the realm of Washington, essentially, why would you go for Bernie Sanders early? Essentially, when you tie yourself to Clinton, I hate that I say the word essentially so much. When you tie yourself to Hillary Clinton, there's going to be favors if you do so, and there's going to be punishment if you don't do so. The people who support Bernie Sanders, there's not going to be any punishment for going against him at first, and there's not going to be any reward, because Bernie's an actual politician with integrity, which is super weird, right?
Oh yeah. They don't exist.
He cares, oh my god.
Yeah. So, unlike super delegates, what are pledge delegates?
Pledge delegates are, each state has a certain amount of delegates, and they have to go with the popular vote. So if the popular vote picks Bernie, those pledge delegates go with Bernie.
Yeah, and they're distributed on where they fall in that popular vote. So, for example, in Iowa, Hillary Clinton just barely won, so she got two pledge delegates more in Iowa than Bernie Sanders did. But that has to be the case. In history has shown time and time again, even with like the 2008 race where Hillary had a 3-to-1 ratio on superdelegate pledges, somewhere in the middle of the race, when the convention came around, the superdelegates aligned with where the popular vote was. If the DNC, for the first time ever, decides to break that, then that is a completely different story, and that'll be something that we'll have to deal with at that point. But our votes do matter. People who are saying that our votes don't matter, the superdelegates have already decided, that's bullshit. They have never done that before.
Total bullshit. And if you don't vote, you're a jackass.
Do it! Just do it!
So do you want to break down the, we have the numbers here.
Yeah, let's talk about where we're at and how much Bernie needs to catch up.
Sure.
In order to take the lead.
So, break down the delegates.
So currently Hillary has 596 delegates and Bernie has 407. So we have 189 different, and you need to catch that up, which is totally doable.
Yeah, that's the question. So this is the question you really should be asking yourselves if you're watching this video is 189 delegates too much for Bernie to overcome? Matt, why do you not think so?
Because I'm feeling the burn.
God damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. So the real reason is because a lot of the states that Hillary has won, obviously they're pro-Hillary states. A lot of the states that are upcoming are a lot more pro-Bernie states.
Yeah, and for some reason, and I don't know if it's because of the way that Bernie's message has been framed, because I think that it would very much help poor black communities far more than anything Hillary's proposing. And if you look at it, Hillary has a history of being like the super predator speeches and shit like that.
It's the worst fucking speech ever.
Yeah.
Bring them to heel.
And she has and she has a history of being very centrist and using Republican framing quite often. And so I think Bernie Sanders has the better or provides the better opportunity for the black communities, but the black communities have been voting in favor of Hillary Clinton. And so right now in the South, where almost half of the people voting in the South are black Americans, they're voting pro-Hillary, which means that in that Bible Belt section where you have the redneck hicks who are going to vote for Trump, you're also going to have, unfortunately, the black demographic voting for Hillary. So that's why you're seeing all the states to the South win. But the good thing to know is that they're mostly done. They have 3 more states that are going to vote and that are primarily based on that.
That's right.
So, in other words, Bernie's going to possibly pick up 5 of the next 7 states. Not 5 of the next 7, 5 of the next 8 states.
Make your dreams come true!
And there are a lot of states left.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now to kind of put it in context, how many 189 is. So the question is what do we have to have it to bring it to California? There's not any recent data showing what the polling in California is, but for us to give Bernie a chance by the time it gets there, crunching the numbers, I think we need to have it down to 127 votes. And really what we're talking about is a 62 electoral difference.
Yeah, and we can totally do that.
Why can't we do that?
You know, one thing that I find interesting, I have a lot of conservative friends and family, and a lot of them are going for Bernie. You know, they look
a lot
at...
of them would typically vote Republican
Yeah,
previous to this.
they are Republicans, but they look at all the GOP candidates, fucking Trump and Cruz, and they know that those guys aren't good guys, and they look at Bernie and they know he's honest and he's been saying the same good statements, you know, for 40 years, not 40 years, but for a long freaking time.
For about 40 years. I mean, he's been married. He's been in politics for 40 years. He hasn't been senator for 40 years, but he's been in politics for 40 years, trying to deliver the same message.
Yep.
And so this is something that's well within our reach, is if we reach out for it. The decision on whether we can get there or not is essentially up to voters like you. So thank you guys for watching.
Thanks. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Meow! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it!